Rothless Lagoon. Even the brushers stopped going there. Didn't like being eaten.
我其实也快破了欸，到这个进度应该可能破了吧。
Ankle gators used to roam the wilds, and they nested at Rothless
好可
Lagoon.
怕哦！
Many a tale folks used to scare their children straight originated here. All kinds of beasts what don't know up from down, still lurking about. Only the city's brushers knew their way around the lagoon.
哦，还可以这样哦！哦哟！ 啊！
That's ankle gator country for you. Even the brushers learned to fear this place. These beasts, they don't like company. They used to think that ankle gators were extinct. Well, they ain't. One of them's been living in the tall grass. They called her Queen Anne. Turns out Queen Anne got a hold of a shard. Ankle gators love shiny things. They say you can't hurt an ankle gator unless it's raining. And it ain't raining. The brushers use their pikes to keep their distance around here. Now the kid can do the same.
Wow.
Bad idea to walk in gator grass. Sharp sticks make Queen Anne nervous, so she backs off a bit. Kid's got a mean throwing arm. Those pin cushions been living off the ankle gator's scraps. Queen Anne can't fit down some of these narrow paths. Queenie leads the kid into some kind of twisted trap. One bad step in that tall grass and he's Queen Anne's lunch.
This 到底是啥小？
He holds his ground. Seems the queen's running out of options. The closer you get to an ankle gator's lair, the thicker the tall grass grows. Kid's gotta make a run for it. That old gator's right on his tail. Tasty snack.
Hey!
Can't get hasty in a place like this. Queenie must have scared a bunch of peckers out of hiding. Seems even stinkweeds know to stay away from the queen.
Ah, 还要射这个花，那是不是有点？ 哦，我好像嗑药哦，天哪！
Ankle gators don't much care for their young. That's why there ain't many around. Wanna know how to find an ankle gator lair? You use a kid as bait. Now she's coming for him. She's got nowhere else to go. The shard's sitting in plain view. He's got it, and now to finish her off. They say if you run across an ankle gator, you better keep running. She's starting to get annoyed.
刷几下，哇！变快了。
And now he's made her mad.
Wow.
Rest in peace, Queen Anne. That was for the brushers. Kids done what needed to be done.
那我下一个要什么？选药水吗？
Queen Anne's reign is over. We even got a crown jewel. They said Queen Anne was just a
你想拿活
folktale.
生生证明自
Now
己
there's living proof she ain't.
哦。
That Gator's a crazy gal, but so is the gal who promised to look after her.
哦，哇！天哪，我们居然昂枪弹跳！
Still no mail. Go figure.
然后我们有新的神可以拜了。
The Gravers, the arm of justice. They seemed unstoppable. The Menders, they had thankless jobs, the most important kind. The dynasty, to the families of the city, all reunited.
哇，瞬间多了好多钱。
I've asked a lot of the kid, but this is something he's done on his own. He's a spitting image of Slinger Jawson with that pike and them pistols. All that trouble for a single shard. But you know what? It was worth it.
真实事物允许获得更多物品，包括新的能量力量。我完全不想碰。真实允许使用猎人圈套这一强大的秘密。真实地窖允许从私人周边获取强大的饮料。 还是要学的。没饮料。
Just the occasion to crack open the distillery's private reserve.
蝶落剂。然后黑色麦威。 哦，救命剂、蝶落剂，顶过原本会致死的一击。钢弹。
Black rise like hot pineapple chowder on a cold day. Brings back memories.
某些肮脏。
Arrows like that can practically find their own way. The next shard should be farther out there in the wilds. To fix a brusher's pike, you just need a good length of knife bark. Don't want that thing leaving your hands until you decide it's time. Over there is Camp Dauncey, where the brushers steel themselves for secret missions. To prepare for the wilds, Ceylonia's brushers practice at Camp Dauncey. Had to navigate a maze of pin cushions with nothing but a pike. It's a dangerous test for a dangerous job. Health tonics were off limits at Camp Dauncey. They said they made you weak. Sometimes the course was brutal. The brushers were Ceylonia's field agents, and their training was harsh. It's a dangerous test for a dangerous job. You had to find a path through the maze as quick as you could. One well-placed throw could take out several of those ugly critters. If you did all right at Camp Dauncey, you got to go to the wilds.
再来一次。
Prep for the course, the brushers could modify their pikes however they wanted. Sometimes the course was brutal.
时间不够哎，我要多快啊
？Once you started the course, they made you finish. Sometimes the course was brutal.
时间这样不太行，要在1分钟内的话，好像拉长毛，好像得要拉好长。好难哦！怎样可以在1分钟内啊？
Sometimes the course was brutal.
在1分钟内啊！
Sometimes the course was brutal.
啊，差一点！我大概知道怎么用，只是有点难而已。
Sometimes the course was brutal.
就用救命的，然后硬过。哎
Sometimes the course was brutal.
然后走不到那，再一次，有时候不能死掉。再这样过应该是没问题。
Sometimes the course was brutal.
Ah, 不然人家碰到。这个也很难。
Sometimes the course was brutal.
Good
enough run at Camp Dante to get you promoted to captain on the spot.
我要怎么回去？在那边。哇，那个救命的还蛮好用的哟，这样。
The wilds ain't so scary now, are they? 暗路的旋风，哦，他就是把人家推开了这样。Point Lemaine's Grand Rail once brought the riches of the wild right to our doorstep.
其实现在的怪都不太好打。
Know how Celandia became the richest city in the world? 2 words. Point Lemaine. If the wilds could ever be tamed, it was gonna happen right here. The army's triggers once had the place on lockdown. But now, the greatest outpost past the city line is nothing but a freak show.
哇，我有新的卡宾枪，到底是
？Kid might as well pick up where they left off. Blam, just like my fighting days. Gun like that can even put the wilds in check. Point Lemaine seen better days for sure, but it ain't done.
哦，这游戏到底是？
Whole place shudders in a fit. The grand rail of Point Lemaine. Not only is it still there, it still works. Of course, it's no longer shipping hides and alloys and spices, but it can give the kid a lift. Just as long as he can stay clear of the trouble on the tracks. Grand rails all grown over with things of calamity chewed up and spat out. Things eager to take back their turf.
Hey.
Kid lets a few of them slip by.
Oh, 又要全部有。
Lunkheads settled in like they own the place. Not much wiggle room.
靠腰这样子酸哦。哎呀！这条路真的是很难走。
Takes fancy footwork on the rail, what with wallflowers, coughing fungus everywhere.
哇靠！这里也太难走了，你是认真吗？ 打，我真是傻眼。扛枪，我觉得没很好用。
Place used to be closed off, but now it's split open like a rotten pineapple.
还好我现在没绝招用，我就很后悔。
Of course, the Grand Rails seen much more fighting in bygone times. Near on 50 years ago, first shots fired in the Ura-Celandian War.
用幽魂知道吗？那他们在玩什么这么开心？
It was right here that Zolf's Ura forefathers decided to mix it up.
啊不！熬腰，我跟他一起掉下去送他小。
Okay, so maybe we didn't get their sign-off on the whole Grand Rail thing. That was bad.
这也太……开不用路，不要那么难走。
The rail must have shook the Ura to the bone down in those dens of theirs.
路很难走。 我真的会气死。
Well, the rail won't last much longer now that the kid took the shard. It's still got one good run in store for him, though. All the rotten wood there on the rails turned it into Swampweed Central. Ever tried dancing side to side while holding your breath? While choking on Swampweed? While peckers trying to prick you in the eye? Well, let me tell you, it ain't fun. But then, at last, it's the end of the line. Should have seen him tiptoe around those swamp weeds in his way. Turns out he's got company up at the rail station, waiting for him. Not just another wallflower, pincushion, mind you. At first, he thinks it's Zolf.
是谁？
Turns out he's wrong. This
这是给你的。
is for you, says the man. Then wham.
大小，
When the kid comes to, the man's long gone. But something else is there.
一封写给 吉亚的信似乎是祖尔夫写的，他肯定是找到另一位乌拉幸存者来传达消息。
The only words Kid recognizes on that parchment are for Zia. Well, what's a kid to do?
神风道。
He took the shard, he took the hit, and he took
真的，
that
现实这
note.
条路也太难走了吧！
That note cuts straight to the heart of things, don't it? Finding gourmet ingredients ain't easy these days, but we'll take what we can get. The note says it plain. Zia, go east to learn the truth about the calamity and our people. I'll be waiting. Sincerely, Zolf. Zolf's messenger was one of his people. Wonder just how many of them survived, and what exactly Zolf told him. Kid arrives just in time to sample Zia's famous cooking. He wolfs down too much too fast, and it all goes to his head.
又是无何有之乡。
I've said a lot about the kid, but he ain't the only one wrapped up in all this.
Huh? 哇！
What's he
你
thinking?
们两个一起，
Let me see if I got this straight.
你们乌拉的人都会这样吗？
Once there was a normal Ura girl, but she wasn't born in the Tassel terminals like the rest of her people. She was from Ceylondia. Her folks were orphaned in the war, taken in and raised inside the city, on condition they would never return to the terminals. Ura refugees who came into the city had to stay for life. It was a way to reduce the risk of city secrets leaking out. Her mama passed away from birthing complications, leaving the girl trapped inside that city with no one but her father. Her father was sharper than a brusher's pike, so he got a job working for the city's mancers. His daughter barely saw him. Her father told her nothing of her Ura heritage. He told her nothing of the Mansers. It's for your own good, he said. She took to studying the arts, learn more through music than history books, gain a knack for strings and songs. At first, she tried to be like other girls, but her classmates spread word that her father was an Ura trader, selling out the city. One young man stood up for her, or so he led her to believe. He knew much of her heritage, and she grew fond of him.
Oh, yo. Oh.
Well, you know how it goes.
Oh, yeah. 靠背，哇，哇，靠腰，怎么一直被顶？
The young man convinced her to take him to a family den to meet her father. Spoke of how he wanted to meet a man from the terminals. When the young man greeted her father in the Ura's native language, her father flew into a fit of rage and threw them out.
What? What?
The young man never told her that the Ura's native language is not to be used by foreigners. To do so is a terrible insult. It was then that she decided to escape. The two of them could flee the city together and go to the Tassel terminals. They would hide inside a garbage bin until it got ingested by a scumbag, then let him slosh on out of the city for disposal.
还来，还两只。还两只算还挺一样的。 哇！
Well, I digress.
等一下，这不打也没关系啊，反正钱也那么少。真的是有个靠腰的。某些锋利的东西，他们还不买，终于可以升级我的刀了。
A solid frame can put an extra sting in every slice.
军用卡宾枪要38秒准速的。
That's the way to make every shot count. Even the army never issued carbines in such fine shape.
对，我忘记用。
It ain't too late to unlock the potential of this place.
要给谁嘞？这是我给他吧。
The arsenal's complete in case we need protection.
啊，就这样而已啊，就只是让它不能动。感觉有点废啊。
The shards are getting harder to find. That's Trigger Hill, where the army's elite became the finest marksmen in the land. Ceylonia's army only took the best, and the best of them trained on Trigger Hill. The Triggers believed they were nothing without their rifles.
神枪手。
Nothing beats the feel of shooting a Ceylonian army carbine. Sometimes you had to take care to steady your shot. The Triggers had clearance to modify their guns however they chose. Some felt the course was too easy, so the Triggers spiced things up a bit. Takes time to be a fast shot. Go figure. If you want to master the art of the firearm, then the place to go is Trigger Hill. Sometimes you had to shoot from the hip. They had to keep moving to avoid getting burned. Kid blows through that course like it was
这个也
nothing.
太简单了吧 ？What？ 然后呢？差这么多啊？ 可是其实卡宾枪
The
现在设计
Ceylonian
好
army
像
would have recruited him in a flash.
至少比散弹枪好像强。我也不知道。闪电快枪手。
Machete and carbine still go well together, just like in the war.
击退已经很击退了，油腻的东西。装弹速度。
It's no longer a weapon, it's a precision instrument.
然后再买好了，看我就花了好多钱了。烧焦的东西到底什么时候才可以用？但都还没解锁。哦，应该是这个。
No risk of Culford Cauldron ever erupting again, they used to say. Guess they were wrong. Not everything blew up in the calamity. Why Culford Cauldron here?
What? 你看他不给我弄了。我啊。 把我标题换掉了。难怪一直没什么人来看。
Blew up way ahead of its time.
还是今天就休息好了，先休息好了。好，各位观众，今天就先看到这边啦。 感谢各位收看，如果喜欢的话，帮我在 YouTube 上面点个订阅，或者是Twitch的朋友帮我按个追随哦，感谢，拜拜。